Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we're going to be talking about another spectacular synergy, this time focusing on Beast Green and Travel River. Now, before we talk about the combo, I need to talk about River's normal opening. And this is where River is going to take G2, going bottom bottom, playing both River's Bounty and Wash Away. This is all very standard opening knowledge. Turn 2, they're going to G2 again, bottom bottom. They're going to reclaim 1, River's Bounty, and they'll play Flash Floods and Boon to Figure. Turn 3, they're going to reclaim, and then turn 4, they're going to G2 bottom bottom, playing 4 cards and maxing out this innate. Now, I do have a River's Guide. If this is a spirit that you want to learn more of, I highly recommend giving that a look. Now, how does Green combo with River? So Green is going to combo with River in a couple ways. The first and most obvious way is Gift of Proliferation. And this allows River to do one of two things. Either one, get access to more energy early on, which allows them to play majors in the mid game, or it allows them to take an extra G3 in the early game because they could choose to G3 on that turn, on turn 4 versus G2. Another thing that Green can do to combo with River is it has Stem. And Stem says 1 damage to a building, and if the land is mountain or sands, 1 damage to each building. Well, now you have River's Massive Flooding that's going to say 2 damage to each invader. Well, now you combo that with Stem, you now have 3 damage to each invader, allowing you to wipe out pretty much any built-up land. So Green is able to give that Stem out to River and allow River to clean up an entire land. Another thing is Green can always use that Creepers, which is a single point of damage, which can help allow River to clean up those big city lands that come up. Because remember, River's innate is doing 2 damage to each invader. This is that 1 extra point of damage that allows River to clean up some cities. So just to kind of showcase how that would look. So River would G2 bottom bottom, staying to the normal plan. Green just does its own thing on turn 1. Turn 2, usually Green gives out that Gift of Proliferation, and River is going to G2 bottom bottom, reclaim wanting River's Bounty, playing these 3 cards, and then this is when they get that Gift of Proliferation, where they could either grab presence from bottom or presence from top track. And now you're going to have 2 energy on reclaim plus 2 energy on your final turn, or on your turn 4. So that's going to net you plus 2 energy, and eventually it'll net you plus 1 energy a turn by that 1 Gift of Proliferation. Now instead, like I mentioned, instead of going from top track with the Gift of Proliferation on turn 2, you could do bottom track. So now in turn 3 you reclaim, and then turn 4 you could choose to G3, or you could still G2 if you'd like. Now, how does River power up Green? Like, how is River giving back? Because that's the whole point of these videos, is we're talking about combos where both spirits are benefiting. Well, it's actually pretty interesting. Green can do a build that it normally never can do. And that is, it's going to G3 turn 1. Well, you normally G3 turn 1, but you're going to go bottom track. Now I'm going to showcase what I'm talking about. So we gain a card. Ideally, we're looking for a 0-cost card, and I'll show you why. We'll just grab Terror Turns to Madness. Okay. So you G3 turn 1 with Green, and you're going to be playing that Overgrow in the night. And you're going to use Overgrow to grow presence from bottom track. So let's say we have on board B here. I believe it looks like this. Highest jungle without Dahan. Yes, okay, so we're there. So turn 1, we use the grow a presence into a jungle or wetland. And then we're going to play that Overgrow to access that sands or mountain. There we go. Now in turn 2, we're going to G2 from bottom. So 1 from the jungle or wetland, and then 1 can go anywhere. So it's a similar build that normal Green does, right? Because remember, normal Green, you're doing G3 followed by G2. You're doing the exact same thing, except you're going straight down bottom track. Now that's going to cost you a total of 2 energy, right? Because you're not getting that energy on turn 1, and you're not getting it on turn 2, but it's going to give you 4 card plays on this turn here. Well, wow. So Terra turns to mana says that moon that you need to hit the left innate. So now you're giving out that gift of proliferation like I already showed in this video. And remember, like I said, if this is one cost, you won't have the energy to play it. So you want a zero cost card here. So gift of proliferation is going out to River. So remember, River is like this on turn 1. This is going to be on turn 2. River takes that gift of proliferation. Let's say they go from top track. Well, now River has Boon of Vigor and can give Boon of Vigor to Rampant Green. And Rampant Green is going to get 4 energy because they're playing 4 cards. Now, River is always playing that Boon of Vigor on this turn too. So if you stick to normal build with Green, then you'll have just 3 cards in play. You'll have some extra energy. But your next turn, you'll be a little bit, I shouldn't say further behind, but you'll have a little bit less tempo. So for instance, like Boon of Vigor in this particular version is giving you 4 energy. In the other version, it gives you 3, but you net gain +2 because you have the top track. So it looked like this. That makes sense. So now on turn 3, all that goes into discard and you reclaim. Now on turn 3, you're going to have access to 4 plays. And that allows you to immediately play 4 cards on this turn when normally you would only be able to be playing 3 cards. And as we know, River's going to be playing Boon of Vigor pretty much every turn, and that's going to help sustain Green's economy. So Green is just going to always going to be able to constantly reclaim, and it's going to be getting its energy from Boon of Vigor. So what we were able to do with this combo is greed bottom track more with Green, get access to more plays, and be able to play more cards to impact the board. And then in exchange, River is going to build up that energy on top track and then eventually play majors in the mid game or play 1 costs because the River reclaim build that I was talking about, I showcased this in one of my other videos. It's exactly 3 energy and you're gaining 1, 2, 3. So you never have access. You'll have 5 plays, but you never can afford a 1 cost card. It has to be 0 cost. But with this build with Green, it allows you to afford 1 costs in the reclaim loop. So hopefully this video was interesting for someone that was learning, that wanted to learn this combo. I think this combo is, well, when you get deep down into the details, I think it's actually very interesting. But just looking at it from a superficial point of view, I mean, it seems very very basic, very obvious. Like I said, gift proliferation and Boon of Vigor, very powerful cards. Of course, it's going to work well. But when you, like I said, break down the openings and see what each spirit can do and what it can give to the other spirit, I think that's when it gets pretty cool.